Hey, welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. Got a special guest, a celebrity guest, one of my good friends from across the pond. She's over there near John somewhere. Dr. Jenny Boyd. Welcome, Jenny. I want to remind everybody because you were on the show not too long ago.
No, I think was it October or November?
Yeah, last
It was in
year.
Santa Barbara.
You came to the studio with your
Yeah.
beautiful daughter, Lucy Fleetwood.
Yes.
So Jenny is an author and an icon. She's you are in a major rewriting of her first book, Musicians in Tune. 75 contemporary musicians discuss the creative process. Jenny Boyd, who's lived in the heart of rock and roll since the 60s, she's compiled a Bible of rock royalty that provides an intimate insight into how the world's greatest rock stars, musicians, and producers created and delivered some of their greatest music and our favorite music. The book's called Icons of Rock, in their own words, by Dr. Jenny Boyd. Mm-hmm. She's got Eric Clapton, Mick Fleetwood, Joni Mitchell, George Harrison. Icons of Rock is an incredibly intimate portrait of the world's greatest rock stars and their craft, and I'd highly recommend that you pick up a copy at thejennyboyd.com. So welcome, Jenny, and welcome back, Mr. Jon Keats at the Cavern Club.
Hey, Jeremiah, that was really lovely to see you again. Nice to meet you, John, again.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, we were just saying you were with us in Liverpool, and I'm going to say it was 2016. You were with Patty. So right. Our paths would have crossed, but it's a busy week, and there's so many of it. But nice to see you again.
Yeah, and you too. Yeah, all your wonderful stories.
Well, and you were just out in New York as well, weren't you, at the Beatles Fest out there?
Fest. Yeah, that was great fun. That was really good fun.
Yeah, well, we were meant to be there, but it didn't work out for us. We were meant to come over, but a mutual friend of ours, Simon Weitzman, was telling me all about your book recently. Simon was over there. There was quite a few Liverpool friends were there, so
yeah. Simon is great. It was so nice to meet him. He's such a cool guy.
Yeah, John, I'm like Jenny's manager and agent here right now as I pitch your book. I think you need Icons of Rock in the merchandise store there at the Cavern.
Yes.
At the counter.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, talking of Simon Weitzman was saying, when are you getting Jenny back at International Beatle Week? I said, well, we're busy this year, but hopefully next year we'll talk. Because it's been a while. I think you were with us when
oh, we lost John.
John, come back.
John, come back. Don't be scared. I think he bumped his phone and it went off. Jenny, you're coming back. Can we talk about any of that yet?
Yeah, guess what? Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay.
Oh, wait, John will be back, I'm sure.
Okay. Sandy just sent me here's John.
There he is. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there's a teaser. Dr. Jenny Boyd is going to be in the United States. I hope I can say that much. Coming soon near you, and you'll be back. So we'll talk about that. So John, come back. We hope we didn't scare you away.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just disappeared, but it's nice to be back.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about some of these great stories because both of you grew up in that era with these great rock stars and these great musicians. A lot of them have played at the Cavern Club. And Jenny, we were talking before about you do have a Cavern Club story. It's not in the club, right? But can you tell the story?
Well, I do, and it's sort of in the club. And what it was, I was a model, like a fashion model, photographic model, for a while. But in 1964, I think it was 1964. I was asked to do some photographs, go and model in the Cavern Club. So
I think I know what you're going to say here. This is interesting.
Okay, don't tell.
No.
When I got on the train, and in the carriage in front of me was the Prime Minister, Harold Wilson. And I could hear him sort of chatting away. And anyway, we got there, and apparently the reason why he was on that train was because he was going to do the official opening of the Cavern Club, you know, with its boutique and its coffee shop and all those things. And then I had to do do my modeling stuff actually in the cavern. And it was dark, and you know, it was obviously they were getting ready for a gig or whatever Harold Wilson was going to be doing that evening.
Oh, that is amazing.
Do you have those pictures still, Jenny, somewhere?
No, I looked. I looked
well,
I checked it out. I don't have them.
Oh. Well, I think I might be able to help you out on that one. It was actually 1966, so it wasn't 64. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was when the Cavern reopened. It closed in the January of the 66. And it had new owners, and that's when they added the boutique and the second floor.
Right.
And it was considered that important that the Prime Minister, was he the Prime Minister then?
Yeah, it was Harold. It was Harold Wilson.
Yeah. So he opened it. Ken Dodd was also there as well. But there's always, and the people who performed, there was all sorts of performers. But there's all these amazing pictures of models and dancers in the Cavern in their wonderful 1966 clothing, and I did no idea that you were one of them. That's incredible.
It must have been. Yeah.
And there are pictures. So I will have a look and see if I can get some pictures to you and see if you can spot yourself on them. But there's definitely a lot of pictures out there.
That would be fun.
Yeah. What a great cool. I didn't know that. That's nice. Have you been back to the Cavern since 1966?
No, I went to the other bit of the Beatles. What do they call it? The Beatles story, don't they?
But yeah, you've done stuff with them at the Beatles story at the Albert Dock.
She was there, and then we did like a little video, and then they showed it there for some time when they had all the pictures of us in India and you know, the Beatles and George and stuff like that. And so they had like a little video of us in there. And I think we're being interviewed then.
Yeah, I remember that they had the Rishikesh exhibition there. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have any? I bet that you have stories. You know a lot of the same people. And did Eric Clapton ever play at the Cavern Club?
Yeah. He played 3 or 4 times when he was just with the Yardbirds. So
did Fleetwood Mac ever play?
No, Fleetwood Mac. No, never played. I mean, there's a lot of artists, like, it wouldn't surprise me in some ways if Fleetwood Mac had played, because there's so many artists that played the Cavern that, you know, like Elton John played the Cavern, but that was before he was Elton John. He was still Reg Dwight, and he was backing an American singer, Doris Troy. But, you know, Queen played their very first official gig as Queen in the Cavern in 1970, which, I mean, I'm connected with the story, and that even surprises me. So there's a lot of bands like that have come through the doors. But yeah, Eric Clapton played there 64. We got pictures of him in the Cavern with the Yardbirds. We've done quite a few projects over the years with Donovan, and we did like a Rishikesh concert at International Beatle Week with Donovan a few years ago, and I worked closely with him. I mean, he's an interesting cat, isn't he?
Yeah, really.
Jennifer Juniper.
Yeah, but lovely fellow.
We got Jennifer Juniper right here.
Yeah, absolutely. That song was, you know, was all in the show. So I'm sure there's lots of the industry. I mean, you said before, Jeremiah, I wasn't born until 1966. I do apologize, Jenny. So when you were dancing in the Cavern, and that was July, I wasn't even born until the August. I've just had a very hard paper round. I do apologize.
That's great. Well, we got to take our last break, guys. So we got this is the series of and about music venues, iconic music venues around the world. And I've got 2 just great, amazing guests, author and icon Jenny Boyd, Dr. Jenny Boyd. She has a new book out. It came out last year, but if you haven't picked up a copy, do that. It's called Icons of Rock in Their Own Words by Dr. Jenny Boyd, from Eric Clapton, the Mick Fleetwood, Joni Mitchell, George Harrison. Icons of Rock is an incredibly intimate portrait of the world's greatest rock stars and their craft as told by them, right, Jenny, to you. Yeah. These are conversations that you recorded or that you had put together over in notes over the years, right? And you put them all together and crafted.
I put them together between 1988 and 1990. All those there's just a few current ones now, but most of the biggies were then.
Can you like give me a one sentence tease on a couple of them? One or two of the artists, like what?
Okay, here we go. So Joni Mitchell, when I'm asking, do we all have the ability to be creative? And she says, the net that you capture creativity is made up of the strings of your alertness. So it's like, be mindful, you know, be aware, be in the present, and just see what's around you, because it's all around you.
There's a lot of wisdom in this book. There's a lot of great quotes. There's a lot of great stories. And really it's musicians that have relaxed with you, their friend, and have told you and opened up their lives a little bit. And it's a really great read. I recommend that everybody pick up a copy. Jenny will be back in the US here promoting the book again soon, and we'll talk more about that later. But the book is called Icons of Rock in Their Own Words by Dr. Jenny Boyd. Go to thejennyboyd.com and you can pick up, you can order it anywhere, but you can also order it there. My other guest today is Jon Keats. He's the director of the music at the Cavern Club and events. He also puts on the Magical Mystery Tour. He's a director that take a guided trip on the psychedelic tour bus. Stops include world famous Beatles sites from Penny Lane to Strawberry Fields. You can book at cavernclub.com, and don't put it on your calendar now. I've got to get there. I don't know if I'm going to get there this year, but maybe next year for sure. It's on my bucket list. The International Beatle Week Festival. What is that? The International Beatle Week is the biggest Beatles celebration in the world. This week-long festival runs every August, and it features over 70 bands from across the globe. Specialist Beatles events and the annual convention, go to cavernclub.com. And there's also another website for that. What is that website, John, if you have it handy?
And you can go straight to internationalbeatleweek.com as well.
Okay, that's right.
21st to the 27th of August this year. We've got loads of special guests and bands. It's going to be a good one. Your friends from Santa Barbara, the Tearaways, will be there.
Tearaways.
I came to Santa Barbara a few years ago. We've been to LA for one of the Beatle Fests, and we hung out in Santa Barbara for 3 days. What a beautiful place, I have to say. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. And then next time you're here, John, you gotta let me know.
Absolutely.
I'll take you to lunch or dinner or something. We'll have some fun.
I ended up doing karaoke on the main street. That would do crucifying Elvis.
You did the State Street crawl. That sounds like.
Yeah, blame Finn from the Tearaways. It was his fault.
Did you guys go to the Wildcat, the red piano?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know.
Awesome. I don't know. I don't remember. That sounds like Finn and the Tearaways. Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. My special guest today, Jon Keats and Dr. Jenny Boyd. And this is our last commercial break. We'll be right back.